Greetings, everybody, and welcome to KLIFE Online. The world we are living in is crazy. It's like the perfect storm has come together and created chaos beyond what any of us could have imagined. It's way too easy for us to draw lines of division. Should we wear a mask or shouldn't we? Should we have live services or shouldn't we? These lines can separate us by ideology, by theology, or politics, race, and religion. And in the midst of the chaos, we are called to be church. To be the church our world needs, to live kingdom values, which means to follow Jesus. That is at the core of who we strive to be. Jesus wasn't about drawing lines of division, but instead he was about creating circles of inclusion and belonging. How will you choose to be church this weekend? I encourage all of us to consider expanding our bubbles of safety and begin sharing fellowship and love with each other, perhaps with another family or a small friend group. Of course, only do so as you feel safe. But please consider gathering to be church at home and intentionally expand our circles of connection by being a support to each other as we move forward through this unique season. This Sabbath is week 5 of our summer sermon series, In Christ Alone, and our very own Jerry Mon is presenting the message. Jerry is part of our church family and works for the Human Resources Department in the Kettering Health Network. I know you will be blessed through the message that he shares. And just so you know, for the rest of July, we will continue to study and unpack the book of Galatians. This week, Jerry is taking a look at Galatians chapter 3, verses 15 to 19. And next week, Adam Brown will be guiding us through chapter 4, verses 1 through 7. I encourage you to go ahead and get familiar with these passages in advance. As an extra resource for those of you who are looking ahead in our study of Galatians, please check out Kettering Connect, our weekly video cast where we spend time reading, discussing, and processing the scriptures in anticipation of that week's teaching. More information about Kettering Connect, about weekly devotionals, and other resources may be found on all of our social media platforms and on the Hub. The Hub can be found on ketteringadventist.org. It's updated every week and is the central place to both connect to content and to share content that you may have created. And in that way, we hope everyone in our family can receive and provide encouragement as together we navigate our time of isolation. Our church continues to demonstrate tremendous consistency through the giving of tithes and offerings. This is an act of faith and worship. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's a huge encouragement for your pastoral team. This week's special offering will be in support of women's ministries. I want to thank you in advance for your partnership in caring for ministry needs in our community. As always, you can share those gifts through the Adventist Giving website, or you can always mail your checks to our church office. You know, it seems like the world is changing on a daily basis these days. Currently, our church board and leadership have made the decision that we will continue to provide our services online only until we feel that the spread of the COVID virus has slowed considerably further. In the meantime, we also realize that many people may be craving some social interaction. We'd like to encourage you to consider beginning a small group or house church with another family or a few friends who you feel safe and comfortable with. We're calling this Be Home Church. Simply stated, why not consider gathering at a park or a home with a small group to watch the morning worship service? And when you do, bring up the teaching of the day. To help with this, we'll provide a few open-ended questions to help you get a conversation started. We'll be sharing these discussion questions at the end of each service. This is going to be our model of church until we are finally able to gather together again safely as one church community. Like you, we're not 100% sure when this will happen, but we anticipate that it'll be toward the end of the summer, hopefully in the month of September. And with that, church family, my name is Monte Torkelsen, and this has been your KLIFE Update.